See, yesterday we have added this fetch wala part na here. Here I did something. This one. I'll add it again. So first we'll see like what we want here. First of all, like need to go in this one, the API, which is started here, and where I have to come here, na. We have already like pass like the one response, na, that is employee added success. So in Angular, like when we'll pass like those post wala request, so it should be give like this message, you know, there it will respond like this one message. So how will I send the request for this? So in a post mapping, like again see like I'm mapping only this request, na, that is correct. So how it will take like the URL here. So it was like the get wala part was there. So just tell me if suppose if I pass like the one more slash here, so like will it give like the response over there from its API? Because I think we have not defined the slash. Na, our API request is going up to this, so it will take only this one. And now what I'm looking, I'm just posting my data na here. So let's say like for adding the employees. So how the URL will look here now? I'm taking the same URL here, correct? So how it will look like? Let's say if I'm return the this dot here it is post, and we have to send the two parameters, no? So it will ask first like the URL, in which URL like we are sending, comma, here we are sending one data, na? So which data is nothing but our form wala data, which will take it from the form data. Data type is any, so send this data here. That's it is. So where you have to go now next? See here again, I don't want to create like the form here only. So what I'll do, like I just take a help of the modal, bootstrap modal, where I have to create above the table. We'll come into the Google bootstrap modal. This only, no? We'll copy this. So I'm just putting here in downsides, and we'll take this button up here. Okay, so like we are not going to like write the jQuery here. No need to like write jQuery to like open the modal here. The next thing like we'll handle it. Like here we'll give it add new employees, na here.
So why to use jQuery? Like TS6 only handling all things, na?
Huh.
Then why do you use jQuery?
I'll show now here. See, after like now I'm using the modal, na. After adding the data, na, like the modal will not get automatically closed. So how will you close it then? Need to hide it, na, after adding it. So we need to manually like hide that modal. I'll show like after adding this. When we'll send like the post request, na, like let's say we are going through the modal.
And we can go with the event clicking, na, that on submit button. If you are clicking on submit button, so it gives the request and it will hide that function also.
We'll do that like here. Let's see what form you want here. Yes, what is the details of the form here? Name, email, salary and manager name. Here we'll take it the input. So which form like we are using? Reactive forms. So for the reactive form, like what we need to do here in this reactive forms module. Next tell me like what you have to do next here. In a form we'll use form group, na, here. Let's say it's the EMP data, let's say. Okay. No, I think EMP data is already created, na, there. Or just take it the employees. Okay, which is not there. After that, like what we'll do? So instead of creating the employees here, now what I'll do? it will just consider as an object na here. So for our understanding, I'm just taking employees here. So from the TS sides, this is one our object na here. Sorry, no, it's fine. Here like we are just fetching the data na only. So here I'm taking the employees then. So which will take as a like the object na, which will collect like the whole information, then employee wala information. And here like you have to pass the ng submit save employee will pass this function, and what we have to call here employees dot value. Again if I want, so like I can take a help of the JSON pipe na to get the data, like what data is going there. So we'll send this only the employees dot value only here. It's JSON na here. Next here form control name. So see here like need to match your the property name, which model property was there na. What was that property name there? Ename na. So here I'm not creating any DTO like any models. Yes, from the backends. So ename was there na, I think the property. We'll copy this. Here what it was? Then salary, and the next here for the manager name, like it is one like the bootstrap form na. So we'll make it one class, that is form control. So as I said yesterday, like we are fetching here like the managers wala data. So we'll take the select na here. I don't want this name and ID. Here we'll send the option. Let's select first value. I'm setting the here. Let's select wala, and in the second option like we'll fetch the all managers. Here we have to fetch the managers na. But again like there is no API for like the managers. So what you have to do like here, tell me. First of all need to create the API na here. So can I create like in the services directly now? So manager wala repo was, manager service was also there na here. It is there. The implementation is also there na. Service implementation. I think it was there. API we have not, I think we had not called there na. In a manager it was controller only, like need to create the. So see like instead of creating like the controller again, like I'm just calling inside this. Okay, but you just like divide it like this separately here. So what I want here, public, but see like I want the model mapper na here for fetching the manager service implementation. We are just directly calling the repo.find all. So what I want here, if you use like the model mapper, then
independent model
in a manager also like we pass the reference na, the employee wala reference is there, correct? So we'll pass model mapper and we'll auto wide. Okay, so again see like no need to like do these things, but again like it will return the employee wala object then, which is there na, nested object is there inside the manager. So here what we have to return, what you have to return, huh?
model mapper dot map report.find all dot stream dot map.
So here first of all like what I'm doing, like I'll just add one DTO for the manager DTO, and what details it will take it now, only ID and name na there. So we'll take this only MID and mname.
So if here you write that JSON ignore na, it will become an independent model. Because we don't want the employee na in manager. So go with that also.
Yes, that will also work then. It will not take a yes, so it will not take the object. But still I am taking the DTOs now here. Okay. So what DTO like we have to return here? MID and mname like I have created. So you are taking the data through the stream na, basically stream APIs. So what you have to do here? How we are calling the stream?
So not their stream.
After this na here.
Return text should
Here tickets na.
yes.
Dot stream dot map and will pass the reference na here. Let's say m, correct. Directly the mapper is there na. The mapper dot map and we are converting into the. So here we are not returning the manager na, we are returning the manager DTO. Here manager dot class. Next collects. That will also fine. Collectors. Correct. So what we have written here, our interface was there na here for this. Here it is DTO. Correct it is. It's constructor na.
Save the file.
So it's written the DTO object there. So after that like we have to return into the, now here only like I am getting written there. So tell me here what we have to pass. Public here manager DTO na. Yes, the list of list na, there is no single manager. Get managers. Here it is get mapping. So do I send some like let's say managers? Okay, so like it will go for the managers file APIs na. Then what we have to return here? Manager wala object we have not created na here. The service implementation na. So manager service, this file we are calling na here, or both will work. Here the manager service will also work. So here I am giving the name as mserve. It is auto-wired mserve dot here it is we are sending this whole body na here. Okay, so this whole body like we are sending to the response entity. So first we'll test it whether the managers are like getting returns or not. Okay, and then we'll go in a consuming works. It's already there I think. What I have to pass here? get na request. Started. No serialization.
It's showing error in employee number. Left side folder structure.
We change it na now. From the same one like we are changing here. Previously I think we were using this thing for the templates, and the same thing like we are using for this APIs, na? So what was the previous wala? Here just I'll change the methods. Fetch. Here what was the previous one? So here also it's needed then. No, don't comment it. Again it will look for the another things. It was just returning the manager, no only. Here it is. Fetch. Okay, so both will work now. Here it is. Public list of manager. Here find here it was return repo dot find all. The fetch wala is correct na here. Now both are correct. Just check into this now. Here it is. It's not find na, it's fetch. The API name is correct na here. Manager, so it's written this one only. Checking into manager DTO. Data setting. Add one default also if it is required somewhere. Okay, so data is getting written. So where we have to call this API now? I'll take this API here na, in employee service. Again need to create one more API here. manager URL like this, no only. Here what method will create? Get return this dot http dot get this next in here it's added na in this one. So which method we have to call here? Load managers. So can I copy this thing? The same only it is required na here. Instead of get employee we are calling get managers na here. This dot it's manager data any na here. Correct it is. Here call it load managers. Is anything else here? In this one like we have to load na here. In option tell me here *ng for let m of manager data. Here it is value, just pass the property binding. Which property we have to pass? M dot MID. Now we are sending the MID. Here the value. Correct? Form control. Here need to send the form control name na here. The one object we are sending na, which one we have to send? MID, manager ID we are sending only. Is anything else here like one button na I think? The submit button. Value, save, class, button. We'll remove this button. So now the employees all object need to create. Even save employees also not we have created na here. So like we'll create here na. After this only it's employees is equals to new form group. What controls like we have to create it here? Ename na here. New form control. Next field is and one more that is MID na here. Then it is next we are calling the save wala na method here. So here only I am calling save. What was that? Save EMP. Here one parameter we have to set. The data is nothing but that one na, we are getting from the form. Here we are calling this dot service dot add employee. One parameter we have to pass. So can I give this data here? Dot same method subscribe Here it is response na. One more error. Correct. So we'll display this error. Here alert is response na, so it will return that response. Employee added successful response from the response. Is anything else here? Save MP is also called na here. Right, EPA. Add new. So there is no use of this select then here. Where is that select here? No? Now just remove it. Not needed. Managers are loading na here. Two managers. Here employee name. Email ID. We'll call this save method. We have to check in a inspect. EMPS only basically. This one, na? Going in EMPS only, na here. See, it's saying unexpected token E. Employee added success is not a valid JSON response. Responses. So like the response like it's returning like in a form of that, na? So what we have to do for this here now, tell me. Can I send whole body then? It should be take the response entity which is returning, na? The OK message is returning.
I think it is asking for that key value here. We are sending only value now.
Value, single value pass. So what we'll do now, like we are returning the object na here. So instead of that, like I'm just returning the employee DTO2. I'm sending a whole body and we'll take a response there only then. DTO2 Okay, so here like what status like will pass then? Parameter. Instead of sending for the OK, like will pass for the status. Okay, so what status like we have to provide? HTTP status dot, let's say created na 201, so it will call to 201 wala request na there, and will send the body na this one, that is DT. So it is like the JSON format. And in Angular, here it is taking the response na, will pass the custom message here. Next. Akshay. Hmm. 5,000. Okay, but like what I want now, model should be get close and the data should be loaded here na, again it's need the refresh here. Correct, so like we'll check for, so what we need to do here, so can I call this method that load employee data, so it will call that method na, so no need to refresh it then. And one more, that is model will not get closed na now. How will I close the model now? This one? Where? How?
We can include interpolation models. We have already motion class. So
Hmm.
on click, it will toggle.
Yeah, we can go by the submit. It will automatically close that and send the data to the backend.
Where? What we have to do? Tell me here.
It's submit button.
Here?
Event binding. Click.
Which one?
Click.
Click.
And we have to call the method.
Which?
Data response model, which will close. Step below. Yes. This one. This one. And already we motion by class.
Remove that parenthesis.
This one?
Yes.
JavaScript?
Yes.
Yes, you can do like parenthesis, arrow, then under the object you can call it.
We'll first try this one. It JavaScript or JavaScript event we are calling na here. Sorry, Kiran. Sorry, Kiran, take it. It should be not give the exception then.
not giving the values.
Gamma expression will be gamma function.
Where?
Open and close parentheses.
In click or on click you want?
On click event.
With the TypeScript event, na?
JavaScript.
Hmm.
Open and close parentheses.
Yeah.
Click open. No. Arrow function. Object. Curly braces. Remove that inverted commas. Equal to. Inverted comma y. Remove that equal.
Anything else? Arey, use the jQuery na directly. Why you are thinking this? You know the jQuery na? That ID you can call it. What function was there? Tell me. Yes, for the jQuery wala function, tell me. Dollar. So here dollar will not take. Hash dot. It's hide, na? Only it will give the error for the dollar. So how do you call the dollar here? Here need to declare it. Declare var dollar and data type is any. Now it will take. Why are you thinking more? Just make a simple one.
So you can use ng for
Huh?
ng.
ng, like again it will take the conditioner there.
So it will just we have to update that. Like we have to take the variable show model equal to false, and in that we have to take like we have to
ID, na? Range if yes. That will also work. Now Abhishek. Abhishek, how much salary you want? It's fine. In hand salary. 90,000 in hand. See now the method. Huh? It was reflected.
so 1 second. Add one more and check.
Up to this, I think it was there, na? Here, this whole line will complete, na? Prashant is there. It's fine, na? Let's save this. Okay, so like what you have to do, like we have call this load function here. If I take after this, then like the same now only. When the response will get it's responding here, it will hide this, it will load it. Now there is no more space. Package. Dollars. Now there is no currency. Need to set the currency for the USD na here. Why it is happening? See, due to the constructor only. You call in a constructor, na constructor is the secondary, like it's getting called here. So we'll take the ng on init here. On init, which is a lifecycle hook, na basically, which is calling first. So for that, like just do one thing here in a class, just implement the on init. Yes, it's interface. Now here you can implement it. ng of inits. Okay, so this method, and instead of calling the method here, okay, this only, na employee data. Now next. Decline package. $10 lakh. So here one more option is there. Huh? No, if suppose if it is not binding there, na, so like one detect changes for a method is also there. It's forcefully like change the changes will happen the changes over there on a screen. But need to create the object of the here private let me see, like we'll check it. So here, like see one more thing after loading this data here, the form should be get also you like empty, na, because now your page is not refreshing. Correct. So like how will you reset the form here? Our form object is what? Employees, na here. So once it will load the data, reset. Okay, so it will reset the data of your form. It will make it empty. Is understood this? So everyone need to like make the ready of the APIs first. Otherwise it will take time in APIs only, not take the time here in a consuming one. try this. I think you are trying like in